By the end of this video, you would have learned the 4-step framework to actually grow your Instagram as an entrepreneur or business coach. So let's get into it. This is a framework I've discovered from studying giants like Alex Hormozi and Gary Vee, and if you can also apply it too, I believe you can also become a giant in your own niche or whatever business you're trying to build online. So without much further ado, let's get into it. So this is how to grow on Instagram as an online coach. So let's get into it. So why should you even be bothering yourself building your business on Instagram? I mean, you can just run Facebook ads and get free leads, right? Well, the reason why you should be using Instagram is honestly because Instagram is free advertisement. You don't have to spend any money to get leads. You literally just put yourself online and people who resonate with you follow you and potentially give you money. So this is why you can get millions of eyeballs on you for $0. Now, I am an engineering student, so I like to break down things using formulas. Or I did graduate with an engineering degree, so I do have a thing for math. So I want to break it down this easily. Eyeballs equals to views. Views equals to some interested people. Interested people equals to potential clients. And potential clients equals to money. So therefore, money is equals to eyeballs. Very simple. So the more eyeballs you get on you, your content on Instagram, the more money you can potentially make. Now, how do we get more eyeballs on you? How do we get more eyeballs on your business? Okay, now you probably have an understanding on why you should be creating content. I mean, you should be creating content. You should be trying to grow on Instagram. You shouldn't just post one picture of how your day was. No, post something educational, post something funny. Try and build a community of people that will love your product or service. But how do you get more eyeballs? Simple. 2 syllables. Content. Not content, content. And you do it with this 4-piece puzzle framework. The first piece of the puzzle is hooks. Now, what are the hooks? The hook is the promise you give your viewer at the beginning of the video. Like, for example, if you notice, I said at the beginning of this video, you are going to learn how to grow your Instagram as a business coach using this 4-piece puzzle framework. So that's what I've promised you. And now the hook sets the tone, because if you give a hook, you now have to deliver on the promise you've set. So hooks are for shorts, Instagram Reels or TikToks. They are like the first 3-4 seconds of the video that tell the viewer exactly what they are going to get from consuming your video. So now there are 2 major ways you can do hooks. So hooks are done with information gaps or by saying something negative. For example, an information gap could be, this is the only way to go on Instagram in 2024. Because of the fact that he added only, you will now want to actually know, okay, if this is the only way, I should know this because I'm trying to go on Instagram. Or stop doing this. Stop doing this if you want to go on Instagram. Now, this is taking a more negative frame because it's telling you to stop doing whatever you're doing. Maybe stop posting consistently. If you've been posting consistently, you'll be like, I have been posting consistently. So you are telling to stop so I can grow. So it balls more on the negative side of things. So these are the 2 ways you can use hooks. If you want a full document explaining how you can use hooks, I have a summarized checklist you can follow. The link is in the description. Just click the link and get it. It's a free document. It's just for me how I can provide more value for my audience so that you can understand, because there's so much more you can learn about your hooks. So, but the first thing you have to understand that this is what's going to make your viewer stay to complete the whole video. So your hook has to be good. You have to have good hooks. And like I've said, you can do it with information gaps or you can do it by having negative meanings. So yeah, if you want a document explaining all this, it's summarized, very easy to follow. Just click the first link in the description. So let's continue. So now you need to hook your audience. It's very simple. If you are going to fish and you throw in your line and you forget to put a hook there, it doesn't matter how many fish there, you're not going to get any fish. Why? There's no hook. There's no bait. The hook is the bait. It's the bait that brings people in. So now, let's talk about how you can make your bait valuable. The next part is graphics. So I've broken down graphics into 2 parts. The actual script you're telling the storytelling ability of your script, and the assets you're actually using to describe what you're doing. So by storytelling, I mean how good are your scripts. So now there are only three ways to tell really good stories. You can use steps, lists, and you can actually just tell stories. Share an experience you've had that will help your audience understand the point even better. And then the other side of graphics, which I refer to as assets, refers to things like pictures, images, motion graphics that you use to show your points even clearer so that your audience can understand what you're saying. For example, if I told you I made $1 million yesterday, okay, yeah, so what? You made $1 million. But imagine at the beginning of the video, you see me put my ATM card into a machine, into an ATM, and I hit check balance, and you see 1 million. I don't have to tell you. I don't understand if you get what I mean. I didn't have to tell you. I showed you. Or I just walk out of my mansion or walk out of my Lamborghini. You know I probably have $1 million. Why? Because he has a mansion, he has a Lamborghini. So the whole point of graphics is to show and not tell. It's a storytelling technique that's been used for generations. It's used in Hollywood, it's used in movies. This is how you actually deliver value to your audience, by showing them instead of telling them. Because people don't like to be told things. Do your homework, go to school, take your bath twice a day. No, you can actually just show them. If you show them how smelly they will be if they don't take their bath for a week, I guarantee they will actually take a bath. Because if he is trying to impress some girls and girls don't like smelly guys, you can trust me that he is going to take a bath. So that it boils around that very simple framework of show and don't tell. So that's what graphics help you do. That's what graphics help you achieve. So the next thing, call to actions. You have to have call to actions in your content. I can't stress this enough. If, for example, let's say you have 100 people going on a journey, right? These people are going on a journey, they're going somewhere, and they have 3 paths in front of them. Let's say your path is the middle path, and you're selling water or something, and you want them to follow that path. So when they get at the crossroads, they decide, okay, some people decide they're going to take the first path, some people decide they will take the second path, some people decide they'll take the third path. So at the end of the day, they scatter themselves along the 3 different paths. So maybe you could have gotten 300 people, but because there was nothing to direct them to your own path, you only got like 20 people. Because they say, okay, I'm just going to follow this one, follow this one, follow this one, follow the first path. Okay, I'm going to follow the third path. I don't really know. This place looks suspicious. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. But if you had a signboard saying, you've had a long journey, follow this path if you want some water, the likelihood that you get so many more people to follow your path is increased by a lot, because you've given them direction. So that is what CTAs help you do. They help you give direction to show people where to go. So it is important you tell people to always follow, subscribe, comment, save. You always remind people to do all these things, because like those people on a journey that they came at the crossroads and didn't know what path to follow. If you don't give them the direction, they'll do as they please. So this is why you need call to actions, because human beings need directions, and call to actions provide directions to people. So these are the 3 pieces of the puzzle that you need to master. The last puzzle is actually the most important. The last piece is actually the most important piece of the puzzle, and this piece is you. A lot of people focus so much on other things, but they forget that the reason people are actually going to like your content, subscribe, comment, build this fan base, build this followership of communities that love you, is because of you. People are going to resonate with you because of you. I don't know if you have a favorite series. I really like Game of Thrones. And one of the reasons why I love Game of Thrones is because I really like the character Daenerys Targaryen. Her story of how she came from nothing and she was able to build, even though at the end she got killed, like most of the characters in the show. She came from nothing and she was able to gather armies, gather people, inspire people to take back her kingdom for her. So that is something that inspires me. So I am drawn to that character. So that character is the reason why I'm following her development throughout the show has made me a fan. If I see the actress that played Daenerys right now, I would run to her and say, Daenerys Targaryen. I'd be so, I'd say Dracarys. That's a saying from the show. If you know, you know. Shout out to my GOT fans. Comment GOT if you watch GOT. GOT stands for Game of Thrones. Okay, you know that. Okay, I'm going over tangent here. But what I'm trying to say is, people are going to love you for you. Now, we as human beings, we all have our different characters. You know, some people are more optimistic, some people are more negative, some people are more in the middle, some people are more chill, some people are more laid back, some people are very energetic. For example, I'm a very energetic person and I show it. I love doing stuff. I love sports. I watch sports all the time. So I like to show it in my content, you know. I don't really dress corporate. I don't like all that the corporate look. So I just wear mostly Nike stuff, sportswear, and I head out. So show you. If you show people you, you'll find your own people. That's what I like to say because your people will find you. Because your job is not to convince some random stranger that you are the best for them. Your job is to convince people who are already like you. Because if they are like you don't have to do much. Like, yeah, this guy's like me, he understands, he gets it. So that's the same thing. You have to show who you are, your character, you as a person, to connect with those fans, those people you can call your tribe, your own people that will understand what you're saying, understand your point of view, understand the message you're trying to pass across. So the most important part of this four-piece puzzle is you. That's why people love Gary V. He shows him, he crosses a lot, he's very vulgar. People love that. And he has millions of followers. Alex Omozi is always talking about over delivering on value. People who resonate with his point of view, with the way he sees the world, doing more work, doing more volume. The reason I like Alex Omozi is because he's always talking about doing more work, doing more volume. Things are going to get hard, but you have to get past it. I love that mentality because I believe that's how a man should think. Anyone should think. So, sharing your values, sharing you, this blessed person that has a character, this character, a very unique character, is how you're going to get your own tribe, your own people that will love what you do. So this is honestly the most important piece of this four-piece puzzle framework. It is you. Your hooks can be good, your graphics can be good, you can have good call to actions, but if the secret ingredient you is missing from this puzzle, then the perfect image cannot be formed. You can't build online. So my advice to you, my final advice would be to show more of you, showcase more of you online. That's the only way you can build a community of people just like you, people who resonate with who you are. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please like and subscribe. I want to provide so much value to everyone. I've been able to build my own personal Instagram, and I think I can help more people like you, content creators, entrepreneurs, and coaches build their own Instagram. Because I myself consider myself as an entrepreneur, as I'm building mine, I want to help others build theirs. If you're interested in that, book a discussion call. The link is down below. I look forward to talking with you and seeing how we can build your own content empire. Thank you, and remember to keep learning and keep growing.